What's goody to the guys? What's popping to the people? And we in it. Another episode of the Gator Pit. And shouts out to my dude Keandre. Y'all see I got my sweatsuit from Keandre. Go out there, support your local black businesses today. You know, anybody you know that's got something for sale. Something they advertising, if you can help out with advertisement, any type of way that you can participate in supporting a local black entrepreneur, I advise that you do so, because that's the only way we're going to build wealth is if we help each other out. So with that being said, we're going to get right into it. I got a good one for y'all tonight. I got a good one, baby. We're going to go knee deep. And a lot of people scared to touch this topic, and I know why, but we touching all topics, baby. We're not going to do it over here, so either way it go. Everybody's all up in an uproar over, what's the brother name? I think it's Billy Porter from the Oscars, my man that wore the tuxedo dress thingamajigabababa, whatever that thing was. So yeah, I had a real interesting discussion, and you know I never put names on it, but I had a real interesting discussion with someone who took the stance that there is no homosexual agenda in relation to black people, and that it's just a day and time, an era, and when people are just a lot more open-minded. And that is why you see the over-influx of homosexuality and stuff like that. Now, first of all, we're not going to make this about homosexuality, so get that out your head. But what we are going to do is deal with it. So today, this is more or less about the term that I keep hearing, battle of the sexes. And then they're saying that there's a divide between the black man and the black woman. There's a sexist battle between, within our culture. And we'll deal with that. So this is the battle of the sexes episode, but we're going to take an in-depth look at a key factor, that being homosexuality, and ask ourselves the question: is homosexuality being used as a pawn in this whole thing? And where does that place in the larger scheme of things? So there you go. Let's get it. Let's have at it. And I know any same-sex supporters or the LGBT community may take indifference with some of the things that I say today. Well, that's just the way it happens sometimes. What I do always offer in all my lectures, and I won't make this one any different, I put the information out there. You prove it to be inaccurate, and we deal with it. Until then, it is what it is, my friend. I mean, and let's just do that. This will be my disclaimer. All things, this is my, I don't understand. I'm going to start doing that. Next time y'all do it, actually, it might be before I'll probably throw it in there. It's going to be this little disclaimer right here from now on. Y'all going to see that. All things stated in viewpoints on this channel are merely my viewpoints and my findings. I try not to use the word fact. Sometimes it slips out just because this language kind of sucks and you're limited. Speaking of language, I'll deal with that in a second. Anyway, so I try not to use the word fact too much just because Fact is whatever you find it to be. So I lay it out how I see it, how I think it, how I believe it to be, and then I let you all play with it. I prefer for you to go look into it and see what you come up with anyway. I want you to draw your own conclusions. I'm just giving you a springboard to work off. Excuse me, a springboard to work off of. Now you might dive into one of my topics and say, "Oh, okay, I like how you did that," or you might dive in and say, "No, I didn't like that," and then leave me a comment or let's have at it. I'm not one of those dudes that feel like their information shouldn't be challenged. I always think that's a weird stance to take. Like, it's information. That's what we're here for. Let's do it. Let's rumble. Figuratively speaking, that is. But either way it goes. So, dealing with the whole spectrum thing, I'm just checking it out because I've been firing y'all up, lady. I got notes, baby. That's when I'm dangerous. 90% of the time I freestyle this thing, which I'm gonna do anyway. But I find that since I just be kicking it with y'all, so I look up, the time be gone, and I be not even touch stuff I want to touch. So therefore, I got organization going on. Just so y'all thought a brother didn't have his thing together. I know how y'all be thinking sometimes. Don't play me. This is call me Professor Gator. This is class when I'm up here. This is college level stuff I'm kicking to you brothers and sisters, queens and kings, gods and goddesses. So either way it goes, let's get back to it. Now, first and foremost, let's do this. And then when I had these discussions, it's like what always is the weirdest thing is like you could hear this. There we go. Now you could just hear through some of the statements made the level of studying that gets done by certain individuals. And I understand scholarly wise, I still got a long way to go. I'm not even saying it like that. I'm definitely above average though. So I can tell a average thought process going into a discussion, and sometimes that's the hardest person to talk to because they hate to say, okay, I missed something or that could be inaccurate. It's all about being right to them. So when you tell me, now, first of all, a disclaimer for this video. I have no qualm, homosexual or not, gay or lesbian or straight or any of these terms that are used because quite frankly, I think they're just terms and they're stupid and they make people argue. Realistically, am I homosexual? No. Do I care? Not really. Like, doesn't affect me one way or the other who you decide to love or like or fondle or whatever it is that people do. But what it does bother me is that whenever anyone is doing becomes to affect my people or my children negatively. And I think in a lot of cases, what I consider to be a push for a homosexual agenda, that I'm going to back up those statements, not just because of whatever you may think while you're listening. I'm going to back it up with a lot of information that you can, take and deal with and toss it around how you feel like. But one thing I do, me personally, when I get a hold of a topic, bro, I'm going in. I don't just like see people hear something that basically helps their argument or the thought process they had already. And then They find information that supports how they already felt. That's not research. I'm talking about lift the rock up. Go into dark corners that people tell you not to go into. Look into stuff they say don't touch that. Half of you people don't know nothing about the devil because you're scared of him. You know, and that was I just threw that out there. We fear things we don't understand. Just look into it. People tell you don't offend the LGBT community, so you Negroes shut up and get away from it. What if the community offended me? Figuratively speaking, I'm not offended by anybody, but I'm saying, why don't we have the right to address and discuss anything that can be a deterrent to empowerment and uplifting? If it is not empowering or it does not uplift, why should I not speak on it? If there are African American members of the LGBT community that believe in the struggles of the African American, then why the hell is there a separation? Rhetorical question. I'm going to answer all that. That was just, foundation, baby. Be cool. So we're going to get into this. Now check this out. Let's start from square one. This homosexual thing, the word itself. Y'all know me. I get on my etymology. So we know what sexual means. Throw that away. Now, homo. Deal with it. Now watch this. Watch this. For all of those, this right here, this is why I'm doing this. Real quick, this is why I'm doing this. I'm only doing this because I tell you all the time, y'all think you know something, then you go. You just speak without really digging into things. Most of the time, we regurgitate other people's thoughts. It's a free world. It's a free world. How could it ain't? Black folks ain't free. How is it a free world? Ain't none of us free, really, to be honest with you. So I ain't even gonna say that. We just the lesser of the free. None of us are free. This is all slavery. Yeah, you people crazy. But either way it go, you look at it like this right here. Break down these words and start looking into things and stop just believing. There is an agenda. There's been a sexual agenda since the day we got off the boat. Are you crazy? Stop saying stuff that you haven't looked into and then you get all huffy and puffy over a post and get in your chest over something you haven't even dug into. You speaking off your emotions because your brother's gay or your uncle used to whatever, your auntie's now your uncle or your uncle's now your aunt, and you feel like that they have the right, and none of that has anything to do with facts. Those are emotions. We're not going to deal with emotions. We're going to deal with the Rudy Tooty. Now,